Good.
Oh, wow. Are we live? Are we live?
Yeah.
Boy, the computer's humming today.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
You see that thing light up and bright up?
Does Jerry have one more wildcatter swing in him? Huh?
Wildcatter.
Or are we going boring? Plus, do they have the stones to do what needs to be done on the roster? It's the DLLS Cowboys Podcast, and it starts meow.
Sam Cassell.
Oh, are we live again? Okay, sorry. I was looking something up. I'm a train wreck today. We got a debate going to start the show. Brian Schottenheimer is getting an official interview with the Cowboys, their former offensive coordinator, and we're going to get into that. But first, I think I'm right, but I don't even have to tell you yet, because Jesse was doing this little move, and Clarence said Sam Cassell, and I said, that's Pedro Serrano from Major League.
Marbles.
And so now we have to figure out, if you do this, who is that? And it looks like Sam Cassell's dance might have come from Pedro Serrano.
I think so,
So you
yeah.
better give him credit.
Yeah. Is it Sam? Do you,
These
do you,
people
do you
on-
consider that Sam Cassell's
Whoa,
dance?
whoa, what do you mean
Or
these
Pedro-
people?
Or
These
Pedro
young
Serrano?
people don't know nothing
Not
about
everyone
Major
young is on
League,
YouTube.
and they probably don't know about Sam Cassell.
I was going to say, if they know Major League or Sam Cassell, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, similar timeline.
Kind of
All
the
right.
same. You ever sacrificed anything to Joe Boo?
Joe
Yeah.
Boot.
Yeah, you got to.
You know, I was a kid that loved all sports movies, so I liked Major League and the knockoffs. Have you ever heard of Long Gone? They had a lot of knockoffs to those type of movies.
No idea
Big
what you're
movies.
saying. I remember when the actor for Willie Mays Hayes changed.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at one point, did it start Omar Epps and it went Snipes, or was it the other way?
Other way.
Okay, it was the other way.
Yeah.
Other way.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bob Uecker.
Yeah,
Oh,
R.I.P. Bob
Bob
Uecker. We
Bob
lost
Uecker.
Bob.
Joe's a bit
We
outside.
sure did. That was tough. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name is Jeff. Next to me is former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
Next to him is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, Clarence.
I'm Pop.
Next to him is the new greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Joe Hoyt. Ever since he became the Shoddy Whisperer.
Shoddy.
The shoddy whisper.
The Shoddy Whisperer. And now Brian Schottenheimer, it is official, is going to interview for the Dallas Cowboys head coaching job. So as the Shoddy Whisperer of record, which has given you the new title of greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, because you're now our insider about this man.
About this one topic.
Well, that's what. Listen, it's what have
Gotta
you done
start
for me?
somewhere.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere.
What have you done for me lately? And so I just want to tell you, hi, Joe. Congratulations. Shoddy's going to interview for the job. So now we have to take him very seriously.
Take me seriously. No, this is something, like I said, the first three names I heard on Monday, right after Mike McCarthy was officially split up, Robert Saleh, Kellen Moore, and then Brian Schottenheimer. And I asked, is this legit for a potential head coach? And they said, yes, you got to keep an eye on it because the Joneses have high regard for Schottenheimer, and he fits the mold. He's familiar to them. If you look at who they've hired, he's familiar. He's not a former head coach, but he's familiar. He's an offensive mind. He has continuity with Dak Prescott. But he hasn't been a play caller for the Cowboys the last few years, which actually might be a good thing in terms of their thinking. At least opens up more intrigue of like, hey, the offense really sputtered this year. It didn't take a step forward, even when you had Dak Prescott under Mike McCarthy's play calling. Brian Schottenheimer, maybe your play calling could end up taking the next step.
Do we believe? Well, Clarence, what is that head shake?
I'm sharing information.
Clarence, what's that head shake?
So uninspiring.
I mean, say it with your chest, though. I mean, stare
so,
at the camera.
so uninspiring. And listen, I like Schottenheimer, and great dude. I remember when I first broke into this business and as a beat writer and covered high schools in Kansas City, he was, a high school football player, high school football recruit, and went to Kansas to play football before he went to Florida. But I mean, so I like him, relationship with him, but no one's tried to give him a job as offensive coordinator. No one's tried to have him call plays for them. He did not call plays for the Cowboys. certainly Mike McCarthy threw him a bone when he was out of a job after he was let go with the Jacksonville Jaguars because of their relationship. Mike McCarthy's first job in the NFL was under Martin Schottenheimer. So there's a familiar relationship there. But for the Cowboys to interview the guys they've interviewed, and now we're at Schottenheimer, which no one's even trying to give him a job as offense coordinator. They're calling plays, and you're talking about making him particularly your head coach because he's here and familiar. What's his offense? What does he do well? What is he known for? What's his scheme?
Marty Schottenheimer ball.
What are we doing here, guys? And I just wonder if this is something to do while we're waiting on Kellen Moore to finish his tenure. I mean, finish while he's still in the playoffs.
Can I just? He's not in the playoffs. Oh yeah, he's in the playoffs. Yeah. I just want to point out that my favorite thing so far is that we're like 5 or 6 minutes in, and I knew Clarence needed to talk because he was going. And as Clarence is going, I get from Jesse. So what was your body sign?
I'm going with the biased. Okay, I know that I was the one that came on this show and talked about I need the ankles out and I need the pants tapered.
Yeah,
he fits.
He does fit.
Does he have ankles out?
Oh, he has ankles out.
Shot his ankles out.
Oh, he
But-
has ankles
but
out.
Here's where my prejudice comes into play.
Oh,
Was canceled out all of that.
yeah.
And maybe this is part of the facial recognition. He wears the visor. No visor. No
The visor's
coach,
weird.
No coach that wears the visor.
Gruden?
No.
Is that who you want?
He wanted Gruden. He brought up Gruden.
No.
didn't?
That's not who I wanted. That's not who I wanted.
Okay.
That's not. Don't put words in my mouth.
You said Gruden was an option. That's all I
I
said.
said he was the dark horse that no one was talking about.
Right.
I never said that was an option.
Okay,
for
my
me.
bad.
He's a light horse.
He's he's on a horse ride.
So the visors don't work for you.
You can't there's no whatever thoughts that you're having, they're gone. Like you didn't hold nothing down.
He's not keeping the warmth in.
You're not keeping the warmth in.
Yeah.
And I know that's petty, but I don't care. We can do that on this show. We can be petty. And you how do they still make these? Like
Visors?
You don't like,
I don't think
you don't
they're-
like visors at all?
I don't think they're selling anymore, man.
I'm glad you
What?
asked, Jesse, and I'm glad that you said that, Joe, because about a year ago,
Oh, you bought a
and
visor.
maybe a year and a half, I decided
a
I was going to
visor.
be visor guy,
Yep, there it is.
and I bought about 8 of them.
Yep.
Off
Eight?
of Amazon.
So
Yeah.
you decided to do this, and you're like, I'm going.
Different designs, different colors. I didn't know. Like one of them was white with just little black lines that were like waves, and then other ones had some designs and some different colors because I decided I'm going to be visor guy. And about 4 days in, I took all of those with some other clothes to the clothes donation place, and I gave them all back. So I'm with you. As a man who even tried to be visor guy, it doesn't work. Like it makes sense. Hats don't need a top. The point of it is the bill. That's the point. So the visor makes sense. Somehow we can't make them comfortable.
So are you saying Brian Schottenheimer is the visor of this coaching search?
Like imagine
Yeah.
being upset and slamming a visor.
I do think that's more badass than a hat when you
no
slam a
way.
visor.
It doesn't
Do you
have
like
the
undo
same.
it first, and
It doesn't
then
have the same whop.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it just.
Okay, we got
When
you.
you slam a hat,
Yeah.
that's an emphasis on. Like I'm pissed.
We can visor, yeah, we can
Like,
visor.
I'm pissed
I can
when
see
I
if I still
slam
have some.
a hat.
Yeah.
A visor, wind might catch it, it
Flutter
might
a little.
swoop away.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Okay,
That doesn't
we got-
just
we
a little
got your-
sass to me. A lot of sass to the
We
visor to me.
got your opinion on the visor. What about him as a coach?
Oh.
What's your opinion on him
Way
as a
less important.
coach?
Well, if he's choosing a visor, then clearly you have poor decision making.
Okay.
Right? That's already a given. If you're choosing a visor as your hat of choice, then clearly you're not making right decisions when it comes to what's going to happen in the game. And you check his track record, it shows that it doesn't bode well for him as a play caller.
Yes. No.
Can we kind of talk about also
Don't
the chances?
bounce off my hat thing, no.
I'm not
just,
bouncing
no,
off.
I'm
I
just
just wanted
saying,
to-
I didn't push off your point.
He did try to
No,
crush
no,
you.
Don't try to push. You see each other like, well, let's get back on
I was
topic
trying
here.
to. I was trying to advance. Listen, I'm with you.
I'm
with
not
the
always
skinny
gonna be
jeans.
serious. I'm
with
not
you
always
with the
gonna be
skinny
serious.
jeans. I'm with you with the visor.
I'm not
I
always
just-
gonna be
you're
serious.
A former player. I just want you
Yeah.
thought. What were your thoughts on him as a coach? That's
Today
all I was
felt
asking.
as a former player, if he was my coach, and I'm looking at this man, and I'm having to make a decision. Am I running through the wall for you?
Right. Not for a visor.
Am I running to
Not
the
for the
wall?
visor.
Not
Am
for
I
the
running? See, as players, we're designed to run to the wall.
Yeah.
That's our genetic makeup. We're going to run to the wall. It takes the right coach or set of coaches that make us run through the wall. Now, when I'm making that decision of if I am going to run through the wall, and that means, am I going across that middle? Am I going to take that slant with that linebacker bearing down on me? That safety has a read on me. Am I taking this bang 8 really going no alligator arms?
Oh, Eagle fans, A.J. Brown made a business decision in that game.
Okay.
Am I going in here and am I going to make this block on this, crack replace safety? Am I going to go down there so we can spring this run? I look at my head coach and I go,
his hat doesn't even have a top.
You got a visor.
You got a visor on, coach.
Can't do it.
I'll make a business decision.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Like A.J. Brown did. Ha, Eagles fans.
I'm not
Y'all see
doing
when he
it.
did that
I'm
thing?
not doing it. Put a Scully on. Put a whole hat on.
Oh, for what?
Huh?
Don't go visor. Don't go visor on me.
Fair.
Yeah.
Joe, what were you saying very seriously before Jesse was just doing goofy things?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's also talk about like the chances of this happening, right? Because now there's been momentum, there's been developments.
Visor sales will go through the roof.
It would.
Jerry, you know what?
Oh my
my
God,
God.
you found why
cracked
they're
the
going to
code.
hire him.
You blew mind blown.
Oh,
You found why they're going to hire him.
they're going to sell $1 million worth of visors.
Because you know how many visors they probably have in the pro shop that haven't sold in decades?
100%.
Do you
and it's
realize
like, guys, we could do this.
how now every seat in Cowboy Stadium is going to be outfitted with a visor for home games now?
Yeah.
It could work.
Oh,
That'd be the free
my
giveaway.
God. It's a wrap.
But yeah, no, so he came out of nowhere, right? Seemingly, right? Like we had, if you were a DLLS diehard, you knew about this a couple days ago that this could be a possibility. But he kind of came out of nowhere and it wasn't really talked about by everyone. And I think that's kind of telling about where the Cowboys are in their coaching search, right? That some people kind of heard it, but others said, no, there's no way. So it kind of makes you think that, there's people inside the Cowboys facility that are in the dark as well on what may go on. And what ultimately is the decision by Jerry Jones specifically, right? So some of these candidates, you wonder, hey, it's the, quote, right thing to do. Maybe someone said, hey, why don't we go talk to Robert Saleh? He, didn't get a fair shake in New York, and maybe he can come in here with a good quarterback and work.
Plus, that's all.
Yeah. Kellen Moore. Hey, you know Kellen Moore. That makes a lot of sense. Up and coming offensive mind. Someone says, hey, what about Brian Schottenheimer? He's the top in-house candidate we have. We have to have interviews.
House is empty now.
The house is empty now, but he's the top interview guy from our staff we just had. But it makes you think. I think a lot of people are in the dark about what's actually going to happen, and it kind of begs the question of Jones versus Jones. And, and is someone else lingering out there still who hasn't been interviewed yet?
Or maybe they just need something to do, because Kellen Moore is still the quote-unquote leader in the clubhouse on most Vegas sites that we've been talking. They can't do anything with Kellen Moore until the Eagles out of the playoffs. They have to say they're doing something. We have to show that we're still looking at coaches.
Because
or are we waiting on Kellen Moore?
Okay, so what you're saying is because what we're really doing is we know exactly who we're going to hire, and no one else in the league wants to, but we're good. And
What's
we'll
that
wait
thing with
'cause
Brian
he's our
Schottenheimer? Nobody wants to hire him either.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
In their own world,
And
in their own
nobody's trying to
timeline.
hire Leslie Frazier either.
Well,
They needed
I'm just saying.
a second.
Nobody's trying to hire Robert Saleh right now for head coach either.
well, that's not
They
true.
needed.
That's not true.
Yeah,
he's doing a
interviewed,
second
right?
interview in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He's got another interview potentially with the Saints.
You watch your
49ers
mouth.
wanted to be a DC.
That's my guy. Don't disrespect my
Mike
guy.
McCarthy's going to be the Saints coach. And the dude from...
He doesn't have a second interview.
Mike
yet.
McCarthy's going to be the Cowboys coach.
Yeah, your theory's still alive.
Stop it.
It lives. He got 2 interviews. One of them's gone, right? Which 2 did he get? And one of them's gone?
Yeah.
And
Bears.
he's got 1 left. And if he doesn't get it, and Jerry...
Well, the Saints are moving to second interviews.
And Jerry will have, Kellen will be like, yes, I'll take that job. Here's what I make as a coordinator. I make $1 million. And Jerry will be like, we give you 1.2. And then Mike will call him up and be like, hey, remember that low ball you offered me? I'm bored. I'll come back and let you kick me again.
$1 million less. I'll take it for.
Yeah, I'll do it for free. Yeah, it sucks. Ben Johnson's gone. Aaron Glenn's in New York today and may be gone at some point today. And our team doesn't want to interview the people that everybody else has decided are the best head coaching candidates. They're just going to interview their friends. And Shotty seems so sweet.
He is.
So I need
Very
Shotty to
charismatic.
know. I need Kellen to know. When I talk bad about you, it's not about you. It's about Grandpa. It's not about you. It's about Grandpa. You might both be fine coaches. You might be a wonderful head coach. I'm just mad at Grandpa, who doesn't even going to interview.
Why'd you make that look? When he
What'd you do?
Nothing.
You're not
You're
Grandpa.
like-
you're Pop.
I know. And
No,
I was
you're-
just thinking about
Or school.
when I made that tweet about Jerry. It wasn't about you. It was about Grandpa.
Yeah, it's about Grandpa.
4th and goal.
Yeah.
Again?
No,
No, it wasn't.
about
It was
you.
totally about
It
me.
wasn't about you. It was
No.
about the
It was
process.
about him.
It was
No,
100%
It was
about him.
the process. It wasn't about you.
It was a
It was
quote
about
tweet.
you were
It was a
speaking.
quote tweet of me being released from the Cowboys.
It was not about
It was
you.
100% about
I'm
me.
piggybacking on.
Hey.
I'm piggybacking on
Hey,
Jeff. It
That
wasn't about
process
you.
was years prior. He
Huh?
made the team and was around for a
Listen,
while.
Game-winning
it was about-
touchdown catch.
Listen, it wasn't
It
about
wasn't a touchdown.
Jesse.
It wasn't a touchdown.
Sorry. 1 yard. My bad.
It
It wasn't
wasn't,
about you, dog.
it wasn't a touchdown.
Thank you.
Can we say something really quick though? That was a bar. 4th and gone is a bar.
Yeah,
I disagree.
it was about
I
the-
disagree as well.
It was a bar.
I disagree.
It was a bar.
Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. I do still have hope.
I disagree.
Oh, here we go.
I still have hope that this year could be different. And Jerry's got one more in him. It's next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
And the hope that Jeffrey may have, you may see at the East-West Shrine game. A lot of his players will be there. Maybe he'll be there. Maybe
Yeah, well.
he'll be at AT&T Stadium permanently. But until then, go and see America's oldest college football all-star game that is being held right here in Arlington, Texas on January 30th. Be a part of history in the making for the 100th East-West Shrine Bowl at AT&T Stadium. Some of the greatest, some of the largest names in football have played in the East-West Shrine game, like Tom Brady, Walter Payton, Roger Staubach, Lawrence Taylor, some guys that you know, Brian Anger, your running back, Rico Dowdle. All of these guys have played at the East-West Shrine game. You need to head over to the East-West, the shrinebowl.com right now. Use the promo code DLLS. And if you buy 2 or more tickets, you get 50% off. So head over to shrinebowl.com, buy your tickets today.
All right, shout out to our friends at Sleeper as well.
I don't know why, yo.
We love that's because when you have
I
to
don't know
dismount
why.
something
Sometimes
and you don't have a plan
Yep.
for it, the answer is to elevate your
Yep,
voice.
that's it.
Or to say something weird.
Like or else.
That's kind of what I do. Yeah, or say or else.
Yeah.
You just ain't got no. Sleeper, these are our buddies. Put your ball knowledge to the test. Pick whether your favorite, your least favorite, whatever players will have more or less than their projected stats each week. This weekend, I'm going to take a look at these. I'll probably go Jalen Hurts less than passing yards because he's a bad quarterback. And then Saquon Barkley more than because he's carrying that bad quarterback. But don't get it twisted. It's the offensive line that's elevating them both. And that's what you do. You just pick. Will so-and-so have more or less than their projected stats each week? So you get in there, you download the Sleeper app, and you get after it. New users can download the Sleeper app and use the code DLLSBOYS, and you'll get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. You can apply to any contest. Doesn't have to be the first one. Terms and conditions apply. Operational over 25 states, including this one. All right. Segment number 2 of the broadcast day comes with a question for you guys and then a bunch of wild-ass opinions from me. Because what I want to know is who is making this higher. I am a believer that over the last however many years, 10, 15, the needle has moved from Jerry does the things to the group does the things. And a lot of times the group outvotes Jerry, and he's like, well, son of a biscuit. There we go. But this year got wonky on us.
Okay.
After they didn't have an offseason, it felt very different. Normally, if you question Jerry about something, the way that he counters it is like in this kind and understanding way and like, let you know. And this year, Jerry was kind of like, I hate you all, screw you. You don't know what the F you're talking about every time you get questioned about something, which I'm going to take credit for calling him out at all times about the salary cap.
Rants.
But he seems more dug in. And so I guess my question to you guys is, could you see Jerry Jones making this higher? Or is this collective Cowboys effort where the rational people tend to get together and go, well, Grandpa, we don't need Johnny Manziel. Could you see Jerry making this higher as his, look, I got one last crack at this. None of you know what the hell you're doing. I do. Watch me.
I think that's a great question, too, also because you posed the Johnny Manziel thing. And then I think David Moore, who's really close with the Joneses, is a great reporter of the Dallas Morning News. He wrote a story, and that was one of the examples he used in the story about why Jerry could do one last-ditch effort.
And told Steven basically after that he folded and was like, fine, you guys win, we'll take Zach.
Yeah.
That's never how you'll win. You're a coward.
Yeah. No. So he kept trying
As
to.
we told him. Not in those words.
Everyone in the room wanted Zach Martin, and he kept trying to say, well, can we take one more look at the quarterback, one more look at this? And he didn't go with his gut, and it landed them a future Hall of Famer instead of a quarterback like that. So I think that that's a good question because there's still a chance that Jerry could take a lot of input from people, listen to a lot of people, and turn around and do something that he wants to do.
It's funny because
It better be funny.
It better be
we
funny.
use that example of Jerry going for it. But it was a horrible decision by Jerry. That's what I'm saying. It was a horrible decision to go with Johnny Manziel, and the others were right. Johnny Manziel wasn't going for it. It was just gloss. It was just smoke and mirrors. It wasn't a real person. It wasn't a real quarterback. It wasn't a real player.
Yeah.
So if that's where we're hanging our hat on, and I love the David Moore story because he basically got Jerry Jones croaking soon. Like Jerry Jones.
Well, Jerry can die soon. He's 82.
He's not going to be here much longer, so he's going to go for it again. I mean, it's like, what are we doing
here? He could go soon. He's 82. It's like expected life.
He can live all of us, though.
Healthy as a horse.
He probably does have a blood boy.
But if that's what we're basing it on,
what? You take blood from a younger person and you inject it into the older person in order to prolong their.
Anyway,
you couldn't see him using some low-level staffer for that.
How about Jerry Jr.?
We haven't seen Jerry Jr. in a while. Where's he at?
Kellen. Maybe that's why they're hiring Kellen. Kellen's down for that.
Get lose some blood. But the bottom line is that what we're basing this on? I mean, you got all the Jason Witten talk, right? How does, say, Deion, I don't think Jason Witten fits into the Deion scenario, because clearly where there's smoke, there's fire. And you go get Schottenheimer, you most likely put Jason Witten on that staff.
Yeah.
Him going forward with
because
Deion,
the tradition of cowboy coaching is to make sure to undermine the guy before he starts.
Exactly.
And also give him incentives to try and earn the job.
Yeah.
All of that. I don't even know if it's fair to Witten because he's going to get besmirched in all of this whole process. I mean, the fans love him, but the fact that we're just handing you a job based on what? Because you're a great tight end. I mean, Dan Campbell went through a process. Okay, he went and became a coach and earned his right to rise to where he is. Great job at Liberty Christian, but why do we have to hand him a job?
Shout out to you for knowing where he coaches.
Yeah, Argyle Liberty Christian.
I just knew it was
two-time state champs.
Somewhere over there.
Beat Parish Episcopal in the state title game.
I just knew he was doing some stuff.
To answer your question, this 100% can be a Jerry Jones hire. Now, will the hire be a good hire? When you look at the decisions that Jerry's have made in the last couple years, I mean, you can go all the way back to, to the TO, trading of TO, right? That wasn't a Jerry thing. Then he turned around and did the trading for Roy Williams. That didn't work because Roy didn't fit the system that Jason Garrett was running. That's why when Roy came here, it was a cluster mess because Roy was used to doing routes on the move. Yeah. And Jason Garrett was like, nope, we're going to do a lot of stop routes. We're going to do a lot of things where you got to come. It didn't work out. And then you go on, the Johnny Manziel situation, even as currently as this year, the Jonathan Mingo. That was nothing that they looked around and go, we don't want Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, I think that was Jerry because that doesn't make sense.
We don't want
the Mingo trade. Didn't make sense. You overpaid out of your butt. Like that was Jerry telling his people, like, hey, I want to do something.
Right.
Go do something.
Yeah.
The Trey Lance trading. Everyone looked up and he was just like,
that's a Jerry thing.
They're like, what? Mike McCarthy did not know. Like he was informed after Jerry made the trade. Hey, by the way,
I traded for a guy whose contract runs out at the same time as our starters. It's a young backup.
Now, I would say this. Jerry is always taking input. Yeah. He's always, whether it's somebody inside or outside, he's always taking input. It's cool to say Jerry made the decision, but that's a Steven, that's a Will McClay, that's his scouting department, front office decision. That's all I'm saying.
But taking input and making the decision is two very different things. Because I can take input, I can ask questions about certain things, and that input could have been no, and he goes,
yeah, but Jerry didn't go rogue. That Mingo, that's the scouting department. we had to got in the second round.
They can all have the F if they want.
That was not.
Yeah.
Well, they all getting the F because that's not Jerry going rogue.
But was it because like that's just a fact. Jerry can look at it and be like, "Hey, I saw you guys had a second round grade on him, so this is a great trade for us." Or was it a year and a half later after
Jerry
watching him fail?
Hey, we had a second round grade on. They don't even remember who Mingo was.
He's the general manager of an NFL team. Of course, he remembers.
He did. Oh yeah, Mingo's
he runs
hey,
the
I remember
most
you guys
valuable
had it. Let me go through my notes. Oh, you had a second. No, come on. They brought that to Jerry. They brought that to Jerry.
You believe that the general manager of the most successful sports team in the history of the world, you think that GM doesn't remember the player grade?
Are you just setting up your own rant?
No,
I was just trying to get Clarence to turn on Jerry.
I was gonna say.
No, you know,
I was trying to get Clarence to turn Jerry. No, so the reason I brought it up, like who's making the hire? Will it be the group thing or will Jerry just do one last wild ass thing? Is because yes, David Moore wrote an article in the Dallas Morning News. And once upon a time, I was told by somebody, remember that Jerry takes the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So when Clarence, before he quit his illustrious newspaper job to come hang out with us, when Clarence writes something, keep a sharp eye. When David Moore writes something, keep a sharp eye. Because Jerry's telling you people things because he wants it to then hit his desk in the morning so he can read what he snuck you. And so when David Moore is saying, will the owner make the biggest splash possible with a picture of Deion? Jerry takes the paper. And so all I'm saying, it's not over. We could still get the carnival. We could get the whole circus. I'm not quitting on Deion.
There's been no denial from Deion.
Like there is almost no way that it makes sense. And Deion wouldn't deny it, but he also, you asked a question that I have, and I think I saw you ask it on the internet, and I had the same question. Could they just announce they've hired Deion without an interview? Because the only way that I get to be happy is if we embrace the crazy and who gives a crap. We're just going to do headlines, and who knows? Maybe he's a good coach. But Deion can't do that process because Deion is not going to intentionally hurt Colorado. If Deion schedules an interview with the Cowboys in 4 days, like there's transfer things, there's NIL things, there's all sorts of things that behind him are like, whoa, I can't go to that. What are you like? So we couldn't do that. It would just have to be bang. We hired Deion, and I don't know if that's allowed. Can you surely you can just hire a guy?
I reached out to the NFL to ask this question, have not heard back. But what I heard from people in the Cowboys is that there are extensive requirements for hiring a head coach in terms of process.
Damn.
So
he don't have to have 2 whole feet, does he?
I think he in 10 toes. If he loses a pinky toe bet, if he loses a pinky toe bet,
toes, not so much.
Josina Anderson reported, and I tried to check. I called a couple of ADs that haven't gotten back with me, but that you have to get permission from the university to interview the head coach.
That doesn't make sense. Well, why an NFL team would have to get permission from a college team? No, I'm not.
I mean, if they have a contract,
so I mean, you have to go through channels. The bottom line is the question that we need to answer, and I think that we all understand: does he need to have a formal interview with Deion to hire him?
Yeah.
Can he say that's just the guy I want, and we're going to get it done?
Yeah. And I only kind of want it because everything else we've seen of this coaching search is very last 15 years Cowboys. Very much we're going to do what we think, what we want because we're comfortable and because we don't care about your ultimate goal as a fan. We'll convince you that we do, and you'll keep buying stuff and you'll keep showing up and our net worth will go up. We won't have to spend that much cash. Everything will be great. We'll be super comfortable. Our friends and family will work with us. It'll be great. We won't ultimately win, and our brain will pretend we're trying our best, but we know we're not. Otherwise, we're just delusional. And that's kind of been status quo. And to me, it would be super fun if it just blew everything out of the water. Jerry won't pay head coaches. Jerry would never pay a buyout. Jerry does not want someone who is a bigger draw than Jerry. Jerry, like all of these different things. And I would just love it if pissed off Jerry, which is what we got this year. We got defiant, mad at the media. All of you are idiots. I'm a genius, Jerry. I would love if that dude just blew everything we say about him out of the water and said, I just paid a buyout. Deion makes a butt ton of money, and he's going to coach this football team. I would love it. I have no idea if it would work. I'm just embracing it. It's way better than the boring.
Yeah, it's a $20 million decision.
Do it.
It's $20 million because it's $10 million for the buyout, and his salary has to be at least $10 million. That's what
come out with a meme coin.
Oof.
All right, yo.
Come out with the Jerry coin.
It's basically
That'll
a 20
get you some money.
to do Deion the
Jones
20
coin?
million, and that's not even the staffers.
It wouldn't
just
be
to do Deion the $20 million decision
It wouldn't be a Jones coin. He doesn't like his family that much. It would be a Jerry coin.
or Deion coin.
Or
But yeah.
come out with a Deion coin.
Jerry coin?
A Jerry coin
That's
and a prime coin.
A prime coin.
Get you a prime
That's
coin.
a $20 million decision.
2 coins in the same purse.
Don't be a coward, Jerry. I bet you won't.
Don't lay it up.
Bet you won't.
Hey, Jerry. I bet you won't.
With the Cowboys, we don't lay up.
I bet you won't. You're cheap. You're cheap.
There's a song that said that. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
Hey, Jerry, I know the check you would write to win a Super Bowl. 0. You don't want to.
Whoa.
He did it before. He
You
did it with
love-
Deion before. He did it with Deion before.
You love
He did it in
getting
95.
all that money in your pocket.
Hey,
You
Center,
swim around at the house in a gold coin room.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
You are Scrooge McDuck. You don't have the stones
DuckTales.
How about-
Woo.
to do what it takes to hire Deion Sanders so that I can be highly entertained while we still don't win.
how about this synergy? 30-year anniversary of that 95 team. 30-year anniversary of that Deion Sanders signing. Bring Deion back.
Deion Sanders head coach.
Deion back. Bring
Charles
Deion back.
Haley
30 anniversary.
defensive
Oh
coordinator.
my God! Now.
Whoa.
Michael Irvin offensive coordinator.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
You
Where's
don't-
Troy? Where's Troy?
Where's Troy?
You don't have
General
GM?
manager.
Troy
Troy
Aikman?
making way too damn much money. No, the problem with the Troy hire is it actually would make sense. Troy would be a good NFL general
He'd be
manager. He actually
fantastic.
keeps up
What
with
about
trends and
Daryl
knows what the
Johnston?
hell he's doing.
Oh,
God,
he's a literal. He's been a GM.
DJ might make sense.
He's been a GM.
Haley would be the most entertaining. I dare you to let Charles Haley run your defense. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
Synergy.
I don't know because my screensaver's on. But
Tote
we have a
that
segment.
thing.
Tote that thing Tuesday. Amongst those who have been interviewed by the Cowboys, who would you like to tote on over to the big chair? Let's do that next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
We're in the off season, and there's no better place to be in the off season but in Cowboy Nation.
Yeah.
And so while you're here,
So great.
Look at the
Look
hat
good doing
backwards. Looks good.
go over to ShadyRays.com and get yourself a pair of polarized sunglasses.
Yeah, pair of them.
Because your eyes too will either be tired,
Tired.
you'll be crying,
Could be crying.
or you could bang your head against the wall and your eyes will be black. What better way, because you are so distraught about what the Cowboys are doing with Jerry Jones, what better way to cover up those tired, black, crying eyes than heading over to Shady Rays and get you a pair of polarized glasses. And if you use our promo code DLLS, you can get $35 off a pair of glasses. And if you don't like them, like the Cowboys don't like most of these coaches, just send them back. Shady Rays will get you a new pair for free. Don't worry about it. Head over to ShadyRays.com, use our promo code DLLS, and get 35% off a pair of polarized sunglasses.
Also, shout out to our friends at Rugged Road, who we love so much. They're dedicated to creating innovative and durable outdoor gear for people who demand the best. The products are designed with the highest quality materials and craftsmanship. Rugged Road gear, built to accompany you on every adventure. I'm talking about coolers for the most part. RuggedRoadOutdoors.com. Code DLLS gets you 10% off. And I'll tell you, I tell you as many times I got to tell you, these suckers float.
Float.
You know, and take you a river.
on.
You need a cooler for a river trip. That sucker will be right next to you. And it doesn't just float, it floats upright. So you'll be able to get right in there.
When you're in that
Lightweight.
Gulf of Mexico, baby, take that cooler.
Gulf of America.
Oh, yeah, Gulf of
The
America.
Gulf of America
Float that river.
has lightweight
Float
design,
that thing.
Float that river.
Float that thing.
Float that thing.
durability and dependability, versatility. That's what you get. RuggedRoadOutdoors.com. Use that code DLLS and you will get 10% off.
You ever float the river in San Marcos?
I've floated
In
about
Brownsville?
6-7 times.
Nice.
That's fun stuff.
Don't let them lie to you about the can ban. People are always like, they got a can ban. We can't take cans. We can't take a cooler. And so we end up mixing up a bunch of stuff in little things, single containers. And then I get out there and I watch 7,000 people smashing cans of Miller Lite. Just take your cans. You'll be fine.
Float the river.
Put a Rugged Road in there.
Rugged
Yeah,
road.
take your Rugged Road cooler,
Bumbles float.
fill it up. You say Bumbles?
Bumbles?
Float? Like the dating app?
Yeah.
It's an old school movie. Don't worry about it.
What movie is it? What's it called?
No, you can't make a reference we don't know and we just sit
Yeah.
here. You got to
He
tell us
always
now.
does. That's what old people do. They just make reference that you don't absolutely understand or what they're talking about. They just shout them out. They just shout them out because they're old. And old people think they can shout out and say what they want, how they want,
listen,
whenever they want.
listen.
And they can just get away with it. So that's what he does. So we just let him have it. This is pop behavior right there. We just let him eat.
You can't miss him.
Go
It's
off.
from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer a long time ago.
I've seen that.
Bumbles.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Bumbles when they went off the cliff.
I can tell you, Rudolph, don't really like him.
What?
You're a hater.
Yeah, how do you
No,
not like
I'm
Rudolph?
not a hater. I think that it was a bad story. I mean, like you're going to bully me for being different.
I did
And
watch.
then
I
at the
did
end
watch
of the
this other
day,
day.
at the end of the day,
I saved you.
I'm going to help you bunch of bitches out.
He was helping
And it's
Saleh.
all going to be good.
He was
Well, he
helping
became
Saleh.
famous
He wasn't
after.
helping the
Double
reindeer.
barrel to every one of you. These kids ain't getting nothing
Nah,
because
man.
you're a bunch of punks.
It's a great story.
Instead of being a hero, you want spite.
It's a great story, man.
He
That's
should
like
have pulled that
it's
sleigh by his damn self.
It's
He
like a
could've.
biblical story. Like, y'all all was hating on me. Now I get to lead. You got the.
Yeah.
I
got the power.
I got the
Turn the
power
other
now.
cheek and
And
leave.
that's fine, but he should have at least kicked in some knees, like bust out a
He,
blitz.
you know,
He
he
replaced
you know
someone.
he farted.
Stop
You know
it.
he farted
That's
at
fair.
some point in time.
They were always
Yeah,
down
yeah.
At
wins.
some
it.
point in time, he
Stop it.
farted, and
Yeah, yeah,
everybody blitzing,
Yeah.
and Comet and the rest of them.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
Yeah, man,
All
you,
of the
you know what I'm
other
saying? Like you
reindeer.
never been in the Walmart and you just gotta hit somebody with the drift.
Never been in
with
the Walmart.
Never been
Hit
in
somebody with the
Walmart.
No.
drift in Walmart.
Yeah.
You farted at Walmart.
What? I'll get you quickly.
What?
Last time I went to
I
Walmart,
get burnt. Aisle 3, keep it pushing. You walk right into it looking for the rice. You gotta
Last-
deal with that.
last time I went to Walmart,
You farted in Walmart.
Jesse hates visors but loves farting in Walmart.
You never crop dusted before?
Not in Walmart.
Oh my god.
More of an airplane thing. No, I walked in and the first guy I saw was probably in his 80s, and he was butt naked but wearing a belt.
Come
And
on.
that was the last time I went.
Santa.
Wow.
What's up?
Yeah, I didn't know what he
You
was
know what I mean?
holding up.
Tote that thing.
The Cowboys have interviewed 3 people. Number 4 is on the way. The 4th one is Brian Schottenheimer, the former Cowboys offensive coordinator. The 3 that they have interviewed are Kellen Moore, Robert Saleh, and Leslie Frazier. All very serious candidates. They could absolutely get this job. The question is, if you had to tote that thing and pick which one gets the Cowboys job, that you want to get the Cowboys job, Joe Hoyt, tote that thing.
I'm going to go with the logical choice. And I'm also going to go with Robert Saleh because you need to find out more about him. You probably had an interview. Mike McCarthy interviewed, I think, for 12 hours before he was hired. I think Robert Saleh probably interviewed 3 to 4 hours on the actual day, which, is enough time to figure out some things. But I'd also want to figure out more. I'd also want to figure out, could Brian Schottenheimer be your OC? Like, if we like him this much, maybe we bring him back as OC. Is that something that was told to me as a possibility?
I don't feel like he has a lot going on elsewhere. It's either unemployed or Cowboys head coach.
I told someone this: the best Jerry Jones candidate is the one without leverage. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Schottenheimer's a great candidate because he's either going to be the receiver coach at Argyle or the head coach of the Cowboys.
he's gonna be on Jason Witten's staff. What a twist! No, but I think I'd like to find out more about Robert Saleh, and I think Robert Saleh is probably going to get. He already is getting second interviews, or might get second interviews. So I think you need to also, in terms of a competitive standpoint, get yourself in there to see if you could actually have a chance at him. But that's the guy you want to find out more of. I mean, no offense to Leslie, I think they know what they know. I heard Robert Saleh had a really good interview, so I think maybe kind of carrying that over to the second one would be a good idea.
All right, let me see that thing. Okay. Yeah, it is very important. The guy that other teams want that you interview. It's very important. They've been doing that a lot. Here you go, Jesse. Tote that thing.
For me, and I know that Robert Saleh seems like the logical one because I think a lot of times we look at that and we go, oh, it's new. We don't know about it. It's something that we can kind of have from the unknown. I'm biased. I am an offensive guy. I'm an offensive guy. And if these candidates are the choice that we have to go with, then for me, it's Kellen Moore.
Oh, they're going to tear you up.
I know they're going to tell me.
Oh, they're
that.
going to tear you up.
But again, now listen, I have 4 people to choose from.
Yeah.
I'm an offensive guy, and I believe that this is an offensive league. I do believe that defense will help you win championships, but if you ain't scoring enough touchdowns, you ain't winning no games. And that's where I want to go. And so for me, out of these 4 candidates, I would probably lean towards Kellen Moore. Because I want to, at least I do know this, that Kellen, he did have some top offenses in this league. Now, he will glitch on you in the moments where it matters the most. You said a great thing the other day that I really haven't stopped thinking about. And hopefully that can get to that point. It's can you answer the question? And then when there's no answer to the question, can you rewrite the question? Right? And I
don't think Dak can.
Because
that's a superhuman arm or a superhuman athlete thing. And I think he never had that arm. And I think those legs are gone. I think. I hope not.
I do think that there is another superhuman component to that. It's the intelligence part. It's, yes, I may not be able to run away or have the superhuman arm, but maybe I can see something moments before it happens, or I can anticipate it a little bit more. That's what Drew Brees became, until end of his career when he won a Super Bowl. Drew Brees didn't have the big arm. He wasn't athletic. He wasn't tall. He wasn't fast. He didn't have a lot of running ability. He had the level of anticipation. He was able to diagnose something, to see it before it was happening, deliver the football in a precise manner. And I think if that's the last thing that Dak will have in his game, it's the level of anticipation to the right person, right? Don't get yourself caught up in those pick sixes and throwing the ball to places where it shouldn't go. But for me, it's going to be offense. I'm always going to be offensive minded. I'm always going to lean towards offense. Offense is the way that you're going to win a championship. And offensively, out of those 4 candidates, Kellen Moore gives you the best option to win from that perspective.
I agree about the offense. That's why I think it should be Paxton and John Steven.
Oh, my God.
Oh, they're going to say Paxton Lynch.
Is one of those Stevens in one
Someone
show?
who Jerry Jones wanted
another guy at some point.
John Steven played quarterback
at Arkansas, right?
And Paxton
at Highland Park
played receiver.
Correct.
At Texas. A couple of offensive guys.
Okay.
You know them well.
Yeah.
Young. A lot of room to grow. Clarence.
Highland Park state champion.
We are doing a lot of work with Played. Played is doing a lot of work.
With who?
Come again?
Played. They played.
Played is doing a lot. Played is doing a lot of work. Justin did play. Paxton.
Don't besmirch the Highland Park success.
I'm not just besmirching. We talking
Scott's
about.
find a
we're talking
way.
about college play.
Scott's find a way.
We're talking about applying.
We talk about you playing Schulenburg all the time.
We were talking about in college. That's all I was talking about. College. Played at Texas. Played did a lot of work.
Clarence Hill.
Schulenburg.
Tote that thing.
Since we can't use it, got to be the guys that.
I give up. Just do whatever you want.
I was going to do.
Who do you want?
Just do what you want.
I told you.
I don't care.
Old people say what they want, do what they want.
That's not.
We talked about this an hour
But
ago.
Jeff Jerry's 24 years old.
People that was listed, and then you come on the show and say, "So wait, we have the 4 people that's listed."
No. I said since we can't, we have to use the 4 people, and I can't use Deion.
Come on, Papa.
I'm toting Kellen Moore.
There you go.
I'm toting Kellen
go.
Moore.
Well, I love the way
come to
you
my
said
side.
it too.
Come
That
to my
was a
side.
man
That was
that loved
inspired.
what he was picking.
I mean,
Inspired.
Nothing's inspiring about this coaching search. But the bottom line is this: let Kellen Moore get to the Super Bowl. If the Eagles get to the Super Bowl, Jerry, see, I got me a Super Bowl coach. I got me a Super Bowl coach.
He's gonna get to say it.
I got me a coach that got the NFC Championship game. Now I got a coach to get to the Super Bowl. He's gonna be able to sell that.
He's gonna say, "I got Kellen Moore." He's gonna draft Ashton Genty. He's thinking, "We got our Saquon."
We got our
now.
Saquon,
We
and-
did.
We got it all. But Kellen,
makes too much sense.
the thing about it is Kellen Moore is the only logical candidate out of the 4 right now. And I know Robert is worthy.
Yeah.
They're not hiring Robert Saleh.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Because there was a Rooney Rule interview. Just like he and Leslie, they got him out of the way. They were the first 2 guys that came up. I wonder why.
Y'all see
Now
Eddie
they
George got a head coaching interview?
See
Yeah.
I'm
But
talking
they had
about-
already had the Rooney Rule.
No, they didn't.
They did not?
No, they hadn't done it. Eddie George, their Rooney Rule, which is why they could go and hire Ben Johnson. Let's just be real about it. Kellen Moore is the only legitimate candidate that has a chance to get a job.
Now you guys can blow up his Twitter feed and tell him he said that.
We should have interviewed Felix Jones. Just pick a former running back, just a random guy. Bring him in.
At least Eddie's
Hey, what do you
coaching.
think about being the head coach?
At least Eddie's coaching. But yeah, just to drop on Sunday, interview on Sunday, then Monday they hire that guy. I mean, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
That whole Eddie George thing.
Did they
but-
feed him? Did you think they feed
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Eddie
yeah,
George?
yeah,
Did he get the private jet like Mike McCarthy did?
Do they at least pay for the plane ticket? Like, is it all expenses paid interview?
I would think
You got his head in
he
the-
got football millions. I think he can at least get to Chicago.
Yeah, because if I have to fly myself in
That's what
for
it-
your fake interview,
but
like,
It's
And
Kellen
his
Moore.
wife
The
got
Cowboys
money,
ain't
too.
got nothing to do right now. Come on,
Yeah.
Kellen Moore's
What's that?
playing.
all right, guys, you ready?
Jeff Kavanaugh. Tote that thing.
Couldn't possibly care less. I'm not going to pick one.
See, now he's changing. See?
Couldn't
When I
possibly care
changed, I
less.
was wrong.
I'm
See, the white
bored.
man always trying to do his own thing.
See?
It's
Everyone
all
wants to do the
boring to
script.
me. Leslie Frazier, because I know the least about him. Don't care.
Also, I just had an idea.
They don't care. Why should we?
If the Eagles go to the Super Bowl and we're on Radio Row, and talking. We're gonna be talking about Kellen. That's gonna be the whole topic the entire time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's coach.
That's just
I'll find him too. I'll interview him.
should.
Last time, or one of the times
You
that I
could
was on
definitely
Radio Row, it was in Minnesota, and the Eagles were there, and we were like staying in the same place, and I kept seeing them, and I kept stalking them. I was creeping around on people.
He'll be available for an interview.
Okay, we'll be there.
We can talk with him. Yeah.
We'll be there for the Monday night.
Yeah.
What's Monday night?
When
the media part or the party thing?
Not the party.
I don't
day.
go to that.
No,
that
Media
when they
day?
do all the interviews.
when they're
Media
open.
day.
That
Yeah,
you
yeah.
literally
No,
go
too
up
many
and
people
talk
are
to
doing
him.
bits. That stuff's not fun to me. No, I hate that.
Ain't nobody doing bits with Kellen Moore though.
I'll do a bit with Kellen Moore. We'll come up with
What
one.
a-
again.
what
Now
an
you were
exchange.
criticizing bits.
Quote, what an exchange.
And now you want to do a bit. I
I'll
mean,
do
you
a
can't
bit.
criticize
I'll do a
people.
bit.
Two people doing bits. Oh, nobody do it. Oh, I'll do a bit with Kellen.
Well, it's creative. I'm doing a bit with Kellen Moore's creative. Wearing an astronaut suit to the
Yeah,
media
but-
day is stupid.
Okay,
Yeah,
but-
that's the kind of crap people do.
You wore a ski. Never mind.
What?
Exactly.
Well, it was cold
Exactly.
outside.
Exactly.
was
Exactly.
not-
Exactly.
That's because it was cold outside.
Right
I
up
was,
his alley.
I was hungover.
He just don't want nobody else to do it.
I was hungover. That's
You gotta go
fair.
to break.
It's about me.
You gotta go to break.
Coming up next, do the Cowboys have the nuts to move on from a first-round
Sam
pick
Cassell.
that quick?
Him himself.
That's next on the DLLS Cowboys Podcast.
Sam Cassell.
Also, want to encourage you to be a diehard. We thank you if you're watching on youtube.com/DLLS Sports. We want to encourage you to please hit the like button while you're here. Make sure that you're subscribed. And in the comments, leave your favorite body part of Kellen Moore. I'm just looking for... I'm looking for the algorithm. We just need comments. That's what gets people, oh, they're watching this.
He
People are
does
really
have nice
engaged.
teeth, though.
Great,
Really
great
nice
teeth.
teeth.
He's
He
got a
does have
good
nice teeth.
forehead.
He used to have really nice like Bieber hair going on.
Left arm, whatever it is. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like button. We don't have enough likes. Make sure that you're subscribed. And if you'd like to, sign up to be a diehard.
Yes.
At alldlls.com. You get all sorts of great things. You get a free t-shirt. You get discounts on merchandise like Clarence's nice little DLLS hoodie
Hey.
or hoodie,
Hey.
if you will.
It's the DLS top shelf wear.
He's sorry about that. You get a diehard card, which I still don't have, Ben. Don't have my carrying
Where's
card.
Ben?
I don't have my carrying card. You get access to our Discord lounge, which is badass.
A VIP card.
You get 20% off on events, which we are having one on February the 6th at
Yes.
Cosm. It is a
So sick.
Mavericks Celtics watch party. Going to beat the brakes off the Celtics. And you can be there. Cosm is so badass. Go to alldlls.com/events and you can get a ticket for that. And if you're a diehard, guess what? You get 20% off on that bad boy.
Boom.
Cosm is incredible. Those tickets are very, very, very limited. If you're thinking they're like $5, you're wrong because Cosm goes hard. But you do get a discount if you are a diehard. And I think we only have like 9 or 10 left because it's a very exclusive
Yeah, I think less than that. You better hurry up.
sort of situation.
Get on in there.
alldlls.com/events. Prove that you have money by signing up.
Did you say they're gonna beat the brakes off the Celtics
Yes, I did.
without Luka?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, I was just
Without Kyrie Irving?
Yeah. Look, I'm changed.
You positive?
I've evolved as
Are
a
you positive?
I have evolved as a person.
Why
I've
you-
decided I think the way that Jerry Jones lives is great. And I'm going to do it from now on. It don't have to make sense. I'm just going to say whatever I want. And sure. And if it doesn't happen, I just got unlucky.
The problem
Bad
is
luck.
Bad luck.
you don't.
Don't say
You got
that.
money.
I got money.
Oh, I don't know if you have that much.
I got money trouble right now.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I got some trouble. That's why I'm coming out with my meme coin, the Jeffrey.
It's different when you like,
Jeffrey.
the whole saying like "f you money."
Yeah.
I don't know if you have "f you money."
Yeah.
You might have like money.
I don't believe Jerry has money. I think he has net worth.
Whoa.
All right, now you're going a little bit too far.
Well, he's
Hey,
talking,
Jerry.
he's talking about liquidity.
Hey, Jerry, I think you're broke.
He's talking about liquidity.
You want to prove you're not?
Hire Deion.
Hire Deion.
He don't.
Sign some free agents, buddy. Okay. I really enjoy the NFL draft.
I love it.
Been studying the players in the NFL draft since like 2010. I don't know, whenever Chance Warmack was at Alabama.
Whoa.
And Jonathan Cooper was a guard at North Carolina.
Let's go,
Titans
Coop.
and
Let's go,
Cardinals.
Coop.
Yeah, damn right. And
Coop was
so,
actually here for a little bit.
yeah, Coop stopped by here.
Yeah.
Played too.
Yeah, we had lunch.
Could he play?
Played, Clarence. He
It
played.
wasn't a lot, but
He played.
not the Coop.
He played
Go
some
Heels.
guard. And I was thinking about draft stuff, and we could always tie in Ashton Genty, and he'll fit in here too. But one of the things I was wondering about, like Cowboys have a million different needs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to pick 12th, allegedly. By the way, overthecap.com put out their official projected comp picks for this draft. Cowboys, 3 extra 5th-round picks and a 6th-round pick. So you have 4
cooking
little bonus picks.
How many Jonathan Mingos can you get with that?
I don't want to do a rant right now. Like, there's 2 ways that you should use picks in the mid to late rounds. There's 2 ways. 1, we got all these picks. Yay, we're going to fire darts. 2 is I'm going to trade this pick for a proven commodity because somebody else is going to fire a dart. You don't fire a dart that's already been fired and fallen off the board with those picks. That's the only terrible use of a 4th-round pick. And I hope it works out, Jonathan Mingo. It's not about you. It's about Jerry. I love the little stupid use of a 4th-round pick.
I love the unsuspected landmines for your rants, where it's like I threw that out there and I was like, I didn't actually think that was going to get a mini rant, but
here's what I was thinking. So I've been watching a bunch of these players, about 70 guys in.
70.
About 70 guys. You can see them right there. Got my little board. Got them right there.
It's a good board.
So anyway, and I've been thinking when they get to 12, what names might be there? How many guys on there do you feel really good that they are worthy of being picked 12th, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And I keep coming back to a lot of the same things, which is some of the guys that are available that they'll be considering. You're like, okay, yeah, that's a premier position, and I get why you would pick a guy this high because the tools are there to become a really good player. Like with pass rushers, that's a huge thing. Is he super athletic with long arms? And on top of that, is he also like heavy enough to also be a run player? Like that's a fun prospect. Might not work, but it's a fun prospect.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep coming back to there's 3 offensive tackles that I think are really good players and prospects.
Mm-hmm.
And at least one of them is going to be available when the Cowboys pick. There's a decent chance that Ashton Genty's going to be available when the Cowboys pick. But if you wanted to pick premier position and not be taking a big swing that might miss, I think their best option might be an offensive lineman and more specifically a left tackle. And it just got me wondering, what do you think they're going to do about Tyler Guyton? Like, would they have the, I don't even know what the word is. Is it the courage or is it the intelligence or is it the
Sam Cassell?
Like, what do they do with Tyler Guyton after 1 year? Could you use another 1st-round pick even though you just did because you go, well, it's the best player, it's an important position, and the guy we picked isn't good? Or are they just going to assume, oh, here's a rookie. Don't even worry about it. He'll be wonderful. That's where my draft brain has been wondering.
A part of me says that they're going to do the latter of what you said. Oh, he was a rookie. We'll give him another year because that's what they did with Mozzie. That's what they did with Taco. That's what they did with all the other guys who have come through here as high draft picks with the amount of potential that they had that they never lived up to it. They gave them 2 and 3 years to prove themselves. And a lot of times, people tell you that, tackle sometimes, and maybe we got spoiled with Tyron. Not maybe. We got spoiled with Tyron when you have that level of a player for that long. You think everyone's supposed to hit the way that you want them to hit right away. So I think that the Cowboys will lean more towards we'll give him another shot. The other half says the way that the year ended and how they talked about Tyler Guyton. Jerry just about came out and said, yeah, I screwed that one up. Was it? Yeah, it was Jerry talking about
he was like a little optimistic on that or something.
We just can't plug and play guys out there anymore. And so he's kind of all but admitted, boy, we really screwed that one up. That wasn't a hot dog or
the bun.
That wasn't either one of them. It was buns. It was more gooch, though. It was a lot of gooch.
Okay,
it was weird. A lot of squirrel brain that was out there at left tackle. So, when you talk about the community that goes into picking these players, the Will McClays, the Stephen Jones, the coaches, and all that kind of stuff, they're probably going to say, because if it fails, that goes back on the scouting department.
Right.
So they're going to probably say, hey, give us some time. Let this kid have a whole offseason. Let him get, if he's dealing with any injury, let this year be a year that was learning for him. And some will also say that Mike Solari, the offensive line coach,
is bad.
It's real bad.
Some say that.
And the technique that he was teaching or trying to teach, it just wasn't a technique that, of course, that Guyton wasn't able to learn. And that also set back his ability to be a good player. So I think they're going to lean more to giving him a second chance, which I don't think so. I wouldn't, but they probably would.
You're a tape watcher.
I'm a tape watcher.
You're a tape watcher. What was your impression of Terrence Steele as a rookie?
I don't know if Terrence Steele, I can remember. Terrence Steele, I don't think he's really changed all that much.
He got better.
Right. But I thought, wow, that's a nice, powerful dude that's good at moving people, but can't pass block to save his life.
He got better.
Sure.
From rookie, he was just thrown out there, all the injuries. They threw him out there, and he got appreciably better. And he may not be as good as everybody made him out to be, but he got appreciably better. And the only reason I say that, is there a chance that Guyton can have a curve and get better like Terrence Steele?
Sure. Let me say this. Let me say that. It's difficult. And the reason why I say it's difficult, because what was Terrence Steele surrounded with? He was surrounded with greatness. So a lot of what he also wasn't fighting expectation. Like, he was an undrafted free agent.
That's my point. Undrafted. The biggest thing for Tyler Guyton.
Tyler Guyton's got a lot on his shoulders.
So the expectation, so the patience is different for the outside view, but they tend to be patient with the guys they draft, especially the guys that drafted high. And if he develops into a Terrence Steele, is that worth it?
No.
That's fine.
That's a failure. No, that's a failure.
With a 12th overall
He's been
pick.
an NFL starter for let me rephrase. It's a failure based on what you wanted him to be, but based on what I've seen so far, if he turns into Terrence Steele,
okay,
I would say that might be a good outcome for them.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But giving up on him, they're not going to be quick to give up on him.
I think there's one of those three offensive tackles that would justify taking a 12, in my opinion, and that'd be Kelvin Banks, because it gives you the versatility. In case Tyler Guyton isn't good, you can put Kelvin Banks at left tackle and roll, right? If Tyler Guyton in training camp looks like he's taking a step forward, like his confidence is back, like his technique is sound, hey, Kelvin Banks, we're going to move you to right guard, and next thing you know, you got a Pro Bowler for the next 10 years.
What's crazy, and it better be crazy.
Better be crazy.
We're sitting here talking about the coaching hire. You're talking about Jerry and Deion and doing some fun and going for it and not laying up, not doing middle of the road. You drafted Tyler Smith. You drafted Mozzie Smith. You drafted Tyler Guyton. There's three boring offensive linemen at the top of the draft the last 3 years. Do you really think Jerry Jones, and we're talking about the guy that we want to go with Deion to really do something, and it's my last time, you think he's going to pass up Ashton Jeanty for an offensive lineman? You really think he's going to do that?
If he takes Deion, yeah.
He
got his fix in. If he hires Deion, he got his fix.
But if he don't hire him, you think he's going to pass up a splash move in the draft for an offensive lineman?
Maybe not. He gets talked down, though. He gets talked.
He was already talked off Deion now. I need some fun. Need something to play with.
It's a good point. It's a good point, too, because when we talk about the Johnny Manziel, Zach Martin thing, that was a little bit like later on, and Johnny kind of had some stuff. This is the 12th overall pick. Ideally for the Cowboys, you don't pick up here very often. So why not go get someone? I know the counter argument is, well, maybe you can get a first-round running back at 20 instead. But why not get someone you like?
Yeah, the Ashton Jeanty thing, and I know that you say that I'm a hater on Ashton Jeanty.
You're a hater on Jeanty.
You're a hater on Jeanty as a prospect.
Local dude, he wants to be here.
I think Jeanty I think he's a finishing piece.
Yeah.
I think he's a finishing piece to a team that is ready to win. I think him coming here, he will just be another piece. I don't think he would stand out in a place where this team is not built to win. This team is not ready to win anything. Ashton Jeanty he should go be someone's Saquon. You know what I'm saying? Like, go be a team that's ready to go out there and compete and truly win. And they have at least the offensive front to put out there to give him an opportunity to be successful.
You're talking about what's best for Jeanty. We're talking about what the Cowboys
I'm talking about what's best for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying the Cowboys are going to – what's best for the Cowboys, again, is based on what Jerry wants. If he's going for
– that's probably not best for the Cowboys. That's probably best for the bank account.
Best for the Cowboys would be Jerry Jones announces that he's done with football and he has written the check to prove how much he wants to win, and he's hired Howie Roseman away from the Eagles to stop them from winning and to help us win. That would be the best move.
I also think
Jeanty.
I also think the Cowboys roster, like, yes, they got a lot of holes, but hypothetically, and this is something we don't expect them to do, if they do fill it with some cheaper free agents and round things out, get a little bit more depth, I don't think there's a world where they're that far away from having a guy potentially be a quasi finishing piece.
Yeah, we think totally different.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
okay.
they're that far away.
I do.
First of all, they don't think they're that, and that's more important. What you think and what they think is different. We got Dak, we got CD, we got Micah Parsons, we got some pieces. Everybody want to come here and coach this team.
But you're the reluctance of my voice because I'm still not buying it too much. But I think that they could be close.
If they just signed 6 starters,
That's kind of where I'm at.
they
But
can
there's
draft
a world that
whatever they
could.
want.
There's a world
There
that
you go.
could.
Let's do it.
Thanks for stopping by and have a wonderful day. We love you guys. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everyone. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
Where else?
We all silly like the mayor.